What's up, Mr. Randall?
Hello, Brian.
How are you this evening?
Oh, superb. Yourself?
Oh, we got a room full of guests tonight. This is going to be a good one. Got the old Crossroads Classics team tournament going down. Not this weekend, the following weekend. Got a member from pretty much every club in the chat tonight, so I'm sure there's going to be a little banner talk. But it'll get interesting. So welcome everybody. If you could go down lower left-hand corner, click share, and share this up, man. Let's get an audience going in here. I see Ryan Milford in the chat. He says, if you hear banjos, paddle faster. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, because Milford listens to all kinds of banjos out there, don't you, Melfi?
Josh Smith in the chat says, Jay rocking the KBL hat. Like it?
I'll be your Vanna for tonight.
Well, speaking of KBL, the man with the plan, the guy that kind of put this whole thing together, Mr. Alan Weidemeyer. Let's get him in here.
What's up?
What's happening, brother?
What's going on, man? I'm like waiting for my cue here, and I'm just like, all right, when am I going to go? And I'm trying to share everything in the background, so we're good. We're good.
Right on, man. Well, welcome back to the pod, and congrats on the second year for this shindig, man.
I appreciate it. I was kind of hoping I wasn't all the work going into it, but it's cool at the same time too, because we, KBL's got to, step it up again and, keep it going with another win, hopefully.
Well, you've been a busy dude, man. I mean, congrats, you're a father now.
I am.
That's huge. That's life-changing, man.
Yeah, big changes going on, man. So luckily I've been able to fish still, but I don't know.
I hope you don't let your team down. I'm just saying.
Hey, if I got to bring the kid along on the kayak, it's what I got to do, man. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I like it.
It's all good. But no, we're super excited with our son being here. I mean, it's a whole new experience, and he's growing like crazy. And his thing now is watching the Lorax. So he'll sit there and watch that thing all day. So, but nice. Besides that, and getting him into fishing and taking him down to the river a couple days ago, and he at least hung out for a little bit and get him used to it eventually. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, congrats, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. So Crossroads Classic again this year. So it's a huge undertaking, obviously, and a lot of things have gone into it, and it was kind of looking, a little iffy at first with all the COVID stuff going on, but luckily we were able to make it happen and have everybody together to do that this year. But yeah, no, this will be a good opportunity, especially guys that are watching live, to ask questions and make comments and all that stuff. So if you guys got questions, bring them in. But
absolutely, man. So for those that may not know what Crossroads is, I mean, obviously, we got people listening and watching from all over, man. Mm-hmm. Just give us a brief rundown on the concept and how you guys came up with it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was something that I wanted to do for a while now, and it's nice that we at least have multiple clubs that are established now and, have a good following and what have you in the 4-state region that we have now. So it was just Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Michigan, solely. And, all these clubs are basically coming together, bringing their best 5 guys in the team. And we're just doing a head-to-head competition at the end of the year. So it's a 2-day event, just like we did last year. Total inches wins it, the most total inches. And it's just a head-to-head on who comes out on top and who's going to be the best in the Midwest this year. So we got a big traveling trophy that Catch Products put together for us. So we have it right now, and it's getting revamped right now to get passed on to the next guy or next club. And then whoever wins it gets to host next year. So we got a lot of things riding on it, and hopefully should be a good turnout.
Well, speaking of hosting next year, Adam Cartwright chimed in and he said, "Don't worry, you guys won't have to deal with it next year. It'll be coming over to Indiana." So,
yeah, it may come to Indiana, but I don't know. We got a few clubs battling it out in there too.
I see some guys down in the chat or down in the green room here rubbing their chins and shaking their heads. So I don't know, Adam. I think you got some competition coming your way, my man.
Oh yeah,
So.
I think it was interesting because I think not everybody fully understood what the concept was at first, and now that the first year got finished up, and now we're into the second year, I think everybody's like, "Oh, I know, it's game on now." Like we have a lot to kind of live up to at this point. So yeah, no, it's going to be an interesting event this year for sure.
Tom Mullen says it might be going through Indiana just to get to Michigan. So,
oh yeah. Oh man!
And your cheerleaders in the chat, man. Go Team KBL.
There you go. See, now if my wife said somebody else, then I'd have to go upstairs and talk to her real quick. No, we're all good. So
does that technically even count? Isn't she on the take?
Yeah,
I mean, she's in the house.
Yeah, I mean she's guilty by association, so that's how it works.
I mean, you got a lot of guys, from multiple clubs chiming in here. I see. When Grubby wins, it's going to be Illinois or Indiana. I see it's going to LSC, which I'm assuming is Lake St. Clair.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's. I feel the competition now. I think after the first year, it was good to see the camaraderie and stuff amongst all the clubs. Everybody kind of coming together and working together. That was the greatest aspect that I took away from it. Is everybody had a good time, and you had all these clubs in the Midwest mingling with each other and making friends and things like that.
Right.
I see Glinka in the chat. He found his long lost twin brother. So
yeah. We'll see if he pops up here.
Yeah. So
but that's a good comment to make, though. I mean, all these different top tier championships that I've seen come through, you always either had just one group hosting it and following through with it. And, it may stay for a little bit, may go away, but the way that all came together, and like you said, all these different clubs, kind of putting things aside and working together to make it for, all these organizations, something that everybody can share in, because there's nobody that owns this. I created it, but I don't take any ownership in this. So as soon as it gets passed on to somebody else, and that's theirs to own for a year. So I'm just glad that everybody's working together and really kind of going in the same direction on this. So
very cool, man. Well, it's interesting. We were talking about it before this all kicked off, man. There's been some changes where some guys fished this last year for different clubs, and now they're fishing some new clubs this year.
Right.
I mean, some guys, I know one guy in particular was called the Trader, and I see him kind of snickering right now down in the group chat. But it's interesting. It's kind of cool how that changes up. I know some guys in the Midwest here, they'll jump from club to club, different states and stuff like that, just for the chance to qualify for this. And
absolutely. Right.
I think just from seeing it firsthand last year, coming down and helping you guys out a little bit, man, just seeing the whole thing go down, and the response from everybody was great, man. So it's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah.
I know the IKA guys are looking for some redemption this year. So
I'm gonna have to set those guys aside this year and really make them understand those boundaries again this year. So we'll go get all that figured out.
Oh boy. Mike Anderson in the chat says Pooty #Trader.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's calling you out, bro.
I know.
You want to go over captain's meetings, stuff like that now, or you want to wait till the event? I mean, anything you want to bring up before we bring these guys in here?
Yeah, I mean, just so guys have an understanding, like a general understanding what we're doing. So this year we're not doing the manual judging. That's all going to go through Tourney-X.
Okay.
So hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier, and everybody will be able to see, the standings throughout the day and make it a little bit more interesting, because otherwise everybody's kind of waiting in the dark until the end of the day to see who's in first, second, and whatnot. So it's everybody's going to be kind of on their own in the morning to launch. Everybody's going to be doing their thing throughout the day, uploading fish and that. And then on Saturday, everybody's going to come together at one location to have the barbecue and, meet up afterwards, and all the prizes and stuff too. Will be on Saturday. And then we'll wake up, do the same thing on Sunday, fish all day and upload fish to TourneyX. And then we'll be doing the awards Sunday afternoon. So, but captain's meeting, it's just mostly just having the 10 captains with me just to go over and reread through the rules. Everybody obviously should be looking at that stuff now, but any last minute questions, and then it's up to those guys to kind of delegate to their teams if they have any questions in that. So
right on.
Yep. Trying to keep it as simple as possible, and hopefully everything goes smooth. That's the main thing.
Right on. Well, for those that don't know, this is a team event and an individual event, correct?
Right.
So every man's fishing for themselves, and then the 5 guys representing each club has a chance at the trophy and some cash.
Right. So we kind of switched up this year because we got some feedback from the guys that fished it last year, and obviously it's the Kayak Bass Team Classic, so team being a big part of it. So this year we really shifted our focus to the team aspect, so the payouts are going to be a lot larger, specifically to the top 3 teams. I obviously give you guys at least that little tidbit, but there's still going to be individual prizes because we still have to recognize the guys that still fish their butts off. But at the end of the day, you win as a team or you lose as a team. So there's no individuals that are going to, stand out, above anything else that their team is doing. So we just want to make that focus. And then, obviously, we want everybody to have that team building part of it too. So that's kind of where we're going with it this year. And there's going to be cash prizes, trophies. There's going to be individual sponsor prizes. There's going to be a lot of stuff given away. So
very cool.
Should be cool.
Awesome, man. Well, are we ready for some trash talk?
I think so.
All right.
Let them out. Let them out, man.
Let them out. All right. Let me start bringing these guys in.
This is going to be like the most dysfunctional, bass yakking squares ever.
Boom. I think we got everybody.
This is a crew.
So we'll start at the top. Mike Anderson is in representing Topwater and MKT. Mr. Patrick the Pootie Tharp is in for KBL. Robert Whetstone for WKFC. Zoe is for Midwest Kayak Bass Club. David Brook for Grubby. Joshua Little for SIKC, Southern Illinois Kayak Club, correct?
That's correct.
And Thomas McNulty for IKA. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Everybody's afraid to talk. Everybody's afraid to throw the first punch. So who's it going to be? Who's going to throw the first punch?
I'm pretty sure that this whole pandemic was started on the KBL side just to get Pootie locked into his home state.
Dang. Although I'd have to say that I probably would agree with you on that one, but no, I can't say that for sure.
Can't confirm
We lost Thomas. We'll get him back.
He's a reason running away.
Yeah, right. Gentlemen, I mean, this is a team event. So how do you guys think you're going to approach this thing? I mean, you guys going to work together as a team? You going to kind of fish individually? What's the game plan? We'll start with Robert since he's first up here in the number of pixels that we have on the screen here.
Well, we've got three guys on a team returning from last year, and then two new team members. So last year we learned a lot because we really didn't communicate on the water all that much, and that really cost us in terms of filling out the limit for each team member. So definitely going to have more communication between us. maybe do more fishing in pairs. But that I think that's the key this year is really to talk about what everybody else is doing, and if we need to help anybody else get a limit, call them over to an area.
I like it. I like it. Zoe, how about you, my man?
I really don't have a plan. We have a couple of guys coming up early on a Wednesday. So they'll be up there pre-fishing pretty early, and then another 2 guys coming up there on Thursday, and I'll be the last guy getting in, so I'll be following those 4 guys around for sure. But our team, we've been fishing together for a pretty long time. We kind of know how each other fish. Everyone on the team has a different technique, and we're kind of familiar with how each other fish because we've been fishing in our club together for our club's been together for about 5 years. And everyone that made the team has been fishing together for about 4. So
very cool.
Pretty familiar with how we all fish. So, I think with the versatility that we'll bring, I think we'll be all right.
Right on, man. I like it. Mike, are you fishing 2 teams? I mean, how does that work? You're here representing 2 clubs.
I'm just a cheerleader this coming weekend. I'll be down there to help volunteer, and I'm on the water, do some homework, film with everybody, and just there to have a good time, make sure both MKT and Topwater have everything they need while they're out on the water. I'm going to be a runner for them if they need something.
Dang. They got their own pit crew. I'm jealous.
That's right. For us, as far as prep, we have gotten together a couple different times online as a group and done some map studies. With us, we fish a lot together, and we fish so many different bodies of water. It was kind of easy for us to determine what our angler strengths were. So then we broke down where they wanted to go and what they wanted to use based by their own personal strengths. So I think communication is definitely going to be key for everybody out on the water, talking to each other, letting them know what's working, what's not, where they're at, what they're doing. Weather is going to play a big role into this. Hopefully the weather changes drastically from what I'm seeing right now on the 14-day outlook. So, just trying to be as prepared as we can. I think out of the 2 different teams, MKT and Topwater, I believe we have 1 returning angler out of the 10 total. So pretty new experience for most of our guys as far as the team atmosphere working together. Most of them, it's solo and done. So it'd be very interesting to see how this all plays out.
You think that's going to be a disadvantage or an advantage that those guys haven't had that team aspect yet?
For us, I don't really see it being a disadvantage. Everybody in our groups are pretty tight-knit community anyway. I mean, we chatter and talk a lot, post-tournament, pre-tournament anyway. So over the last week or so, once we've been able to finalize our teams in our own individual team chats, it's been really great to see how well they are working together already, with their map studies and deciding who's going to go where and, test out their pre-fishing on Thursday and Friday. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Right on. Pooty, my man. What's the plan, dude?
It's kind of challenging because this is like my home lake, so I probably spent I don't even know. I basically mapped the whole lake by myself without Garmin mappings. Like I fish it so much, so it's like it's hard to even know where to start. So that's where I'm hoping the other 4 in our team can help keep me from fishing on my memory too. And then with that, we can kind of put our knowledge together and maybe like some past spots I have, and hopefully we'll get on a pretty good pattern. Because I think that's how a lot of that lake's going to set up. If you find big fish, you're gonna find big fish doing the same thing everywhere. So,
what's your biggest bass out of there, man? Because I always see you pulling dubs
I've
out all the time.
caught 4 21.5 out of there. So
nice. That's the thing, man. For some of you guys that haven't fished that lake, man, it does hold some beastly fish.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
big time.
It can be
Do you think-
challenging though. I think it's a lot more challenging than Newton is. So we'll see how it goes.
Interesting. You think Weidemeyer is going to hold you back?
No, I don't think anybody on our team is going to hold us back. I think we're all pretty. We all have our strengths, but we're very good at kind of the layout of how power plant lakes fish. So I think we're going to be pretty good.
For sure. I hear you, man. All right, I'm gonna go to Josh. Josh, my friend, have you fished this lake before? You're from Southern Illinois. I don't know if you've made it that far north or what.
Yeah, this lake is about an hour and a half from my doorstep. So I've fished it a few times. We hosted 2 events there this season. So our guys are ready to go for sure.
So what's the plan, man? How many guys you got returning to this thing that have fished last year?
So we've got 3 returning guys. We have 2 newbies, including myself. I fished my butt off just to try and make it here, and luckily I did. But yeah, we're gonna try and fish as a group, and kind of I think we're gonna focus on the same arm, each, and then kind of spread out and see what we find, and keep constant communication with each other and go from there.
Right on, man. I like it. Let's see if we got a good connection on Brooke here. This is where it might get interesting.
Mm-hmm. He looks frozen there.
You got us, Dave?
Dave,
Brooke. Yeah, he's having some connection issues. I'll let him boot and get back in, man.
Yeah, you need to boot me off too. I'll just hang out in the wings.
All right. Yeah, let me get you out of here too. Sorry, guys and gals watching. Boom. There we go.
Patrick, what are some of your favorite spots?
It's not really spots. It's just type of stuff to fish at San Chris. I mean, it's hard to explain. Like, it's a weird place, but once you see it, you kind of realize how much of a different lake it is. Even the Newton. Newton has reeds everywhere, and San Chris doesn't. It'll be interesting. I think there will be a lot of different patterns that people find. People catch fish a lot of different ways, but.
Brooke, you got us
all
now?
The internet homework that we've done.
I got you now.
All right, dude. I'm gonna give Brooke the floor for a second here, guys, before the rabbit ears fall down and he loses connection out there on the farm.
Bro, I live on a farm. What do you want from me?
So, dude, last year you fished for KBL, you won. Now you're the trader. Last year, Pooty was the trader. What's the plan, man? The inner secrets of KBL.
There's no inner secrets. Okay, yeah, KBL's coming back again. How many guys were on that team last year? 2 out of the 5?
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm fishing
but
grubby.
4 out of the 5 were at Crossroads.
Diversified group of guys.
So,
I'm scared, bro.
I don't know. I see Weidemeyer down there. He's got a grin on his face. He said he's coming for you.
There he is. The guy above me in the Brady Bunch right now, he's the only guy that makes me nervous.
I can understand that, man. It's his home lake, like he said. Does that scare some of you other guys? That Pooty, that's his backyard.
We'll just follow him around.
Yeah, I fished it with him.
On any given day.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anybody's day.
It's got to be the right place, the right time, with the right presentation.
Yep.
That's right.
So are they still running that plant consistently? Have you been there recently? Anybody know water temps, things like that?
It's not consistent.
I was there in the spring.
I was there last week and it was 85.
Yeah, I was going to say we were there last week and it was 84, 83.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other lakes around here are high 70s. So it's been running a little bit, I think. But I don't know how often.
I don't know if
How
I'm
much
just
of a-
lagging or what. I don't know what's going on here.
You're lagging a little bit.
Figured.
You get how big of a role you guys think that's going to play in fishing the water temps there?
It's going to play a big role in Wisconsin. I think our Wisconsin waters are about right around 60 degrees. So we're jumping up, 10, 15 degrees up. That's going to change our fishing style for sure.
Right on.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to switch back to midsummer tactic.
Right on. Well, Pooty and Josh said they were there last weekend. I mean, you guys do any good? What's the scoop? You guys want to make these guys nervous with what you guys been catching, or?
No, the bite was tough last week. First place Glenn took home first place for 78 inches even. So I mean, it was a tough fight for sure.
Right on.
Yeah, about the same. I mean, you catch a lot of small fish, but finding those bigger fish is a difficult bite to find. But so.
Thomas,
It'll be interesting. I mean,
yeah, I think Thomas is froze up. Sorry. Go ahead, Pooty.
I mean, the weather. I mean, it's getting colder too, and it's such a shad-oriented lake that anything can turn on any given day at any time too. So I mean, you could roll up to the right spot, and the big fish might have moved in, might have moved out. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what actually the totals are. I think there's going to be a lot of limits, but I think there's going to be like a select 5 to 10 people who find those bigger 16+ inch fish.
Okay.
So when you guys were fishing out there recently, what legs were you on that were in the 80s?
All of them.
All of them. Okay.
Yeah, we launched out of the west, and
so that was where you ran into the 85 degree.
yes, sir.
Interesting. And for those listening and watching, St. Chris Lake, it's got like 3 fingers, right? There's one that kind of busts off the east leg, and then the west leg goes back, and that's the cold water side, or what would be the cold water side. Right on.
Yep.
Okay.
Any predictions on team length? What's going to take it home? We'll start with you, Mike.
Oh man,
We'll go team and individual angler length.
I don't know if I could do math times 5.
I know, I'm putting you all on the spot. I see everybody looking down at their phone right now.
That's a tough question. Never being there and not knowing a ton about it. I know there are some bigs there, but like they just said, finding those bigs, that's the name of the game. But with there being a ton of smaller fish in there, and they were out there, winter had 78 inches, I think Josh said like 2 weeks ago. So
It was last Saturday.
last Saturday. Okay. So gosh, man, with all the big sticks coming down, let's say individual winner, 84, 85, team. Gosh, I got to say maybe 380.
Okay. All right. Zoe, predictions?
To win?
Yeah, to
I'm
win.
thinking to actually like win or stay ahead. I'm thinking right around 400 inches. Individual, I mean, I'm thinking just like Mike said, right around 84, 85, 86 inches, mid 80s. I think we'll be sitting in a pretty good spot if you're right around that.
Right on. Right on. Josh?
I think Zoe's right. I think it's going to be somewhere around that 400, 410 to win it as a team. And honestly, I think to win it as an individual with this group of anglers that we've got on this lake, I think it's going to be the upper 80s, lower 90s. I think some guys are going to find some big fish on this lake and stumble into 89, 90.
All right. All right. I like it. Pooty, I mean, you're the man to watch out for.
I think it's going to take like 415 to 420 for team, and I think somebody's going to drop like a 97 one day.
Dang.
I don't know if they'll keep it up for 2 days, but I mean, if you have, I think like a solid 94 inches for 2 days, then you're going to be in the top 3.
Interesting. It's
That's
a hefty
scary.
bag, man.
Somebody's going to find them. I'm telling you. But
it's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Always happens.
Robert?
Well, based on results from last year, I think it's going to take at least 800 for the 2-day total for the team and 180 plus for an individual.
All right. Mr. Brook?
I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
So I'm going to say 888.75 inches for the team.
888.75 inches. What do you got? Some like 40-inch bass tied up on a stringer out there, or what?
You never know. I mean, that's a 2-day total, right?
Yeah.
2-day total for sure. What about individual?
Individual, if you get 88.5, you're cashing a check
For both days?
per day. Per day.
All right. I like it. I saw a question in the chat.
I got a 91 back.
Right on. I see a question in the chat here real quick. It says, ask Pooty what his best day is out there.
My best day is 102 inches in about an hour and a half.
All right. So there's some biggins out there, boys and girls. Watch out. I like it. Let's get Mr. Weidemeyer in here. I see him scratching his chin like he's up to no good.
I'm just looking in there and listening here right now, seeing everybody's reaction.
Well, you're running the show, man. So what's your predictions?
Well, I've only fished the lake once, and that was 2 years ago. You remember what happened at that tournament, Pooty?
Mm-hmm. You kicked my ass.
No, I stumbled on just an area after just looking online, and I don't even know what I had. It was like probably high 80s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say high 80s probably for each day for individual to cash a check, or at least be in first. For total, though, I mean, we saw how Newton kind of dropped off last year after that second day after getting pounded, because there was going to be a ton of people on there Friday too. And I'd say, because if you had a 12-inch average over 5 guys for each day, that's like 600 inches minimum. I'd say probably 750, 800, I'd say is probably a good range to be within.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. Steve Glinka says KBL's 2-day total is going to be 1,000 inches.
We're not going to be fishing down to Florida, Steve. Come on, man.
I'll put money on that.
Yeah. That's probably a good bet to take right there. Shoot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting this year. We got a lot of people that understand the dynamic now, and it'll be interesting too, because I think some of these guys may have not had this many people out in the water, because we got to figure too. There is a 25 boat tournament going out of the East Ramp both days too, so we got those guys to deal with as well. So it should be interesting for sure.
I like it. We got a question in the chat here.
Mm-hmm.
What technique do you think is going to win it? Mike?
Drop shot.
Zoe?
You're not allowed to answer, Pooty.
I gotta go with my Ned rig.
Ned rig? All right. Josh?
I honestly, it might be a deep crank. Who knows?
Deep crank. All right. We got some variety going here.
Yeah,
Pooty.
all the way across the board here.
Yeah. Pootie, you're allowed to answer. I'll allow it.
Throw him off the trail, man.
I think somebody's gonna win it on top water.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. Robert?
Well, based on the arsenal, most of us will be bringing from Wisconsin, Sankos.
Sankos. All right.
Can't argue with that, man.
Alan?
Bubblegum worms.
Bubblegum worm. That sounds
Banjo
like some
minnows.
hogwash.
Yeah.
Got some banjo minnows.
Yep. There you go.
Drop
I
shot. Scoop
I
bait.
still have the VHS for that.
I mean, VHS. What's that?
Yeah.
He's got this shit on beta.
Yeah, you're dating yourself, Robert. Oh man, I love it, dude. It's I like the camaraderie already. It's going to be a fun weekend, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Mike, I'll give you the floor. I'll give everybody the floor. Final thoughts. Shout out to your team members, things like that. I don't know. I know you're here on behalf of 2 clubs, so I don't know if you have the list, but
Yeah. Let's give a shout out to. We'll start with Team Michigan Kayak Trail, team captain Tom Mullins, returning Crossroads competitor. So, great person to have in that spot as our team captain for MKT. Followed up by Jeff Bader. Jeff Bader, fantastic angler. David Kerr, Jeremiah Kraft, and Trent Martin round out that 5.
Okay.
And for Team Topwater, we have team captain Patrick DeGeis out of Fenton, Michigan, followed by Chris Culberson, Heath Atwell, Adam Drabick, and Tyler Osborne for our 5 for Topwater. So I'm excited to see these guys come down there and compete. With the series that we run up here, we fish on a different body of water 2-3 times a week. So, they have to learn and adapt and change their way of fishing on a week by week basis with all the different events that we have going on up here. So, I got to think that these guys are going to be well prepared and ready to go. So I'm excited to come down there and watch them compete against some other top-notch anglers and clubs from around the Midwest. I think the team event aspect of this event is really, really cool. There's not a lot of team events going around the country, and I think the team events are something that's really, really cool. So the fact that Alan's been running this for a couple of years and doing a fantastic job, we were super excited to jump on the bandwagon and be a part of this. So thank you to you, Alan, for running such a fantastic program. Excited to come down and finally meet some of you guys too. A lot of social media chatter back and forth over the years, but it'll be nice to finally get to see some of these guys.
right on. Zoe?
Just want to. It was a pretty tough year. We had 18 people in our AOY this year, so big shout out to the top 5 that actually made the team to come out to compete at Crossroads. Nate White, Money Zong, Matt Zong, and Curvang, and myself. The other 4 guys, they fished last year at the Crossroads. I'm actually the newbie, so it'll be quite the experience for me. So I'm hoping that I can meet all you guys in person. Like I said, get to talk. What was your tops with each club? Shout out to Japan Import Tackle, Yak Attack, Real Fast Custom Baits. Those are our sponsors. They support us through this whole season, and hopefully next year they can do the same and support us in joining you guys next year as well.
Right on. Josh, my man.
Yeah, we're real excited. We got a team full of heavy hitters ready to come out this event. Led by Glenn Banaszak. He's our back-to-back AOI champion. He even won the JDiz Open earlier this season.
Nice.
We got Luke Brozovic. Everybody should know him. He came in second last year at the Crossroads event, so he's another heavy hitter. We got Reese. He's a sneaky quiet, but he'll catch up on everybody. He's a great fisherman. We got Joe Burchett. who's an awesome fisherman. And then we got me, 3 returning anglers, 2 newbies, including myself. We're ready to go. We want to keep it in Illinois next year.
Okay.
I'm on board
with that.
I like it. I like it. Pooty.
All right, so we got Steve Glinka, the lookalike himself. We got Pat Keating, Vince Morton, Alan, who's also in here, and myself. 4 who have been to Crossroads before. I think 4 of us have fished this lake before, so we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a good time. I think it's going to be fun to see everybody, fun to hang out with everybody, drink some beers with some homies, and we'll see what happens.
I know I saw a comment in here, and I know it was directed towards you. I'm going to see if I could find it real quick. It was from Brian Butters. 10 Bush Light shotguns wins it.
You got a point.
I mean, if you guys
That's
want
the key to
to
success.
take advantage of Pooty, just feed him Bush lattes all night long.
It will be appreciated.
It would be appreciated. I like it. Robert?
We've got Joshua Husum, Will Sandberg, both returning from last year. And then newbies John Kerr and Chris Woodwizak. And Chris is going to overtake me for the oldest competitor this year. But I like our chances. We have a lot of experience. Well, while we're only second year kayak bass competitors, a lot of experience fishing for many, many decades. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting all of you and bringing it home to Wisconsin.
Right on. All right. I like it. Since we lost Brooke, grassroots bass yakking, which is combined between Illinois and Indiana. David Brooke is a captain. They got Chris Hillebrand coming, Adam Murray, George Nemeth, and Glenn Landstrom. And then real quick, sorry guys,
I'll help you out here, Brian, if you want it.
IKA. You got IKA?
Yeah, so IKA is Aiden Darlington. Gotta watch out for him. He's a good stick. Nick Matthews, too, from last year. He did an awesome job. Matt Gibson's. Yeah, I know Matt. He's a good guy. He'll definitely put up some numbers, too. Clint Stafford and Ryan Platt.
Nice.
Okay, who else we got here? Mio, who's going to be here. So we got Eric Siddiqui himself, a.k.a.
Steve Glinka Jr.
Glinka's good twin. Glinka's the evil twin. So,
all right. I like it.
I concur.
We got John Warcall, Mike Fink, Brian Coyne, who actually is a ex-KBL guy, and Daryl Cornelius, too.
Okay.
I think that's it. And are we missing anybody else? MKBC is all good. MKT, IK, SIAC. Okay, so SIAC, since Tom popped off here.
Yeah,
so.
Tom. We lost Tom.
Yeah, so Tom McNulty is going to be the team captain. Matt Kiefer, who's returning from last year. Jim Strunk as well. Brian Sparks, and then Sam Jones.
Sam Jones. Like it. Well, it's going to be interesting, man. We got one last comment. I'll let you guys predict on what is the big bass going to be. Mike?
Big bass. 20 3/4.
20 3/4. All right. Zoe?
I want to see a 21.5 inch. Hopefully it's me.
I mean, that's good. I like it. Josh?
We saw a couple 21s on the board this year from this lake, so I'm gonna go 21.
All right. Pooty, how big of a bass you got
20.
tied up on a stringer?
I don't got nothing tied up, but I think it's gonna be a 22.
22.
I think someone's gonna. Yeah.
That's a hefty fish.
Robert?
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
I'm with Pooty, 22.
22. Alan?
I think I'm going to stay with the same thing. The big bass last year out of this lake that was reported was 7.5 pounds. So I'm staying at 22.
Wow.
Randall, you ever fish this lake?
No. I'm going to say it's a 21 3/4 though.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, I just got a news flash. It's going to be 22 3/4.
Whoa! Damn.
That's ambitious. I think them, them betting words right there.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's
My 21.5 is not big enough then.
My boys think big.
I like it. That was the number I had in mind, just because I wanted to kind of go above everybody else. So I mean, you beat me to the punch. So I like it, man. I like it. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. There's some big fish in there. I enjoyed fishing it the couple times I have, and I found a couple decent ones. So
there you go.
Should be good, man. Should be good. Gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming on tonight, and not only that, but participating in this event. It's the anglers that makes it. I'm sure Alan can attest to that, and looking forward to seeing you guys all down there. Alan, I'll give you the floor if you want to close it out with anything or anything like that, man.
Yeah, no, again, I appreciate all you guys stepping up again this year. And I obviously, it was kind of dark and no chatter back and forth for most of the year. And that was totally because of all the COVID stuff going on, and obviously being a new father and that. So, when I came in, 2 months prior to this starting up and told the guys we're still on, we're still going, everybody was hands on and wanting to get it done. So we're all steam ahead, and we have everything ready to go. Everything's in place right now. And now we just need the weather to cooperate and the fish to cooperate at this point. So we'll should be a good time. And again, I really appreciate everybody stepping up. And then, the big thing too is all the sponsors too. All these companies in one way or another probably did take a hit this year with all the COVID stuff going on. So I want everybody to know that, even though these guys are stepping up and, they don't, we're trying to give them as much airtime, I guess, as you would say right now. But I want you guys to make sure that you guys go visit their websites and their social media pages and, be a patron of their business, and they'll obviously appreciate all the business that you can send their way too. So, so make sure you guys go ahead and do that. So
for sure. Well, gentlemen, good luck. May the best team win. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. Look at that. You see this guy? I think he knows something. He's got something set up.
He knows where that stringer is that Pootie's got.
I got to point out to this guy. He's got to back us up here.
Yeah, they're going out there every day and feeding these fish.
Pootie, if I were you, man, I'd be rolling around the lake strapped, because it sounds like you're going to have a whole parade following you down the bank, my man.
I might. We'll see.
It's either that or they're going to pin him into a corner and not let him move.
Yeah.
You stay here.
Pootie's gonna go incognito. He's gonna show up in a Pelican so nobody can recognize his boat. He's gonna leave the Hobie at home.
There's like a plan.
I mean, I'll send you an invoice later for that one, bro. It's cool. All right. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Everybody that tuned in and watched. I know a lot of you guys that were watching are going to be down participating at this. So good luck to all you guys. Thanks all the captains and everybody for participating in this and helping spread the good word. Jay, final thoughts?
Good luck, gentlemen. Be safe out there. I won't be there, but Brian will be there. So, pull out that 22. Let's see if you guys got it.
I like it.
All right.
I like it. Till next time, boys and girls, tight lines and smooth paddling. Peace.